buddy.
Too many highway miles. Look at all these bugs.
Bro. Okay, I actually gotta tell you something as well with them. So today, coming home from work, already rushing, just not having a good day. It's been a rough day. I was driving behind a car, and as you know, this lip is brand new. The video is linked in the description when we replaced it, which you can see there. We just replaced that lip. Cameron and I both did. He actually ran over the old lip.
I'm gonna run over this one now.
Yeah, now we gotta run this one over. So what was happening was I was driving, I just got on the highway. Traffic's really bad. I'm in Norman, it's Saturday, football games, etc. Everything is going on. I was following the Jeep. I was at a safe distance, but I couldn't get over. And when I was driving, there was a big chunk of tire that was just sitting in the road. And I saw it coming. And I pushed the brake, but there's just nothing I can do. I mean, there was a wall, there was a car, there's nothing I could do. So I hit the tire. It felt like it smashed through my grills, like the mesh grill here. I thought my bumper was toast. You could feel the impact. But all it did was knock the huge crack there. Underneath, you'll notice there's nothing actually underneath. It's right here. So it knocked this whole piece off the lip. And I heard it dragging, so I had to pull over on the side of the road. I had to yank that off. The lip's fine though, it's still really sturdy, so I can probably rock it for another 6 months or so. It hit my rear diffuser.
No.
It didn't destroy it, but it damaged it.
That piece?
The tire, the same piece that hit the front lip, it hit my tire. So now my actual rear diffuser, you probably can't see it because I need more lighting. The rear diffuser, as you know, is a PSM 4-piece rear diffuser. There's right here, it's a full circle. Oh, I really can't see it, the lighting. But it's right there. It basically just trapped the clear, or like cracked all the polyurethane. It's not a big deal. You can't see it. We move on. But it's a brand new lip, and that's what really sucks. Now I gotta replace this lip that we just installed. I was just zoomed in that whole conversation. I also need a new camera so I can see what I'm filming when I'm vlogging. I think I just filmed all that close up, which really sucks. Okay, as you see, I just zoomed up on my face, so sorry about that view. You probably saw all my pimples. What we're doing tonight is I just drove up from Norman, and this car is in, first of all, it really needs some loving. The biggest thing though is it needs some spark plugs. The car has 33,000 miles. We've yet to do spark plugs on the car. I am now tuned to, so I'm gonna gap it at 0.22. I got some NGK plugs. Let me pull those out of my backpack. I'll show you exact kind I got. Hopefully I have all 6. I haven't opened the box yet. And then another thing, other than dirt, I'll probably wash tomorrow. These are getting really bad sun damage. I don't think we can recover it just because it's like the actual polyurethane that's like melting, or I don't even know what it is doing. But it's on both of them. It's a carbon fiber thing that always happens with carbon fiber, unfortunately. So maybe a camera can recover those. If not, then the car will get a rebuild next year or something. I don't know. But spark plugs. The car is hot.
I have plugs.
How long are we gonna wait? We can go ahead. The biggest thing about spark plugs on a BMW M4, keep in mind this is a BMW M4, they decide to add a bunch of extra structure support on the engine, which Cameron has not yet to understand how difficult of a job this is. I'm opening the hood. It's dirty. So what we have to remove to just get to the strut bars is, or to the spark plugs, is obviously the engine cover, which is the easy thing. You gotta remove this brace, which is bolt, several bolts, 2 bolts up there, and then you got to take off this piping, and then I believe you have to take off the fuel rail, and then you get to the spark plugs. And the spark plugs are easy from there. It's just, and the whole thing is really easy. It's just that there's so many bolts, you know. I brought all my tools. I even brought my cheater little Milwaukee wrench thing.
Good. Yeah.
So this process can either take 30 minutes or it could take a couple hours, and that's why I don't know. Oh my god, he burned himself! But alright, well, I'm excited for this. I got some food at Quick Trip. While the car's cooling down, I'm gonna take a quick bite, eat. I'll see you in 1 second. For you F30 users, F80X users, FA2, M2, any modern BMW. So I believe any modern BMW, but if you look under here, you see there's no key. before I was gonna get started on this car, I was like, okay, let me disconnect the battery. I disconnected the battery, I went 8, I came back, the garage door's open, I saw a bug go in there, I was like, shoot, let me close my trunk. I closed it, because I didn't want bugs in there. Well, guess what? You can't open it. Now, a lot of cars, if your seats fold down, I recommend you folding them down instantly when you unconnect the battery, just in case you decide to close it. My situation is I would have done that, because that's what I used to do, but I have a cage now, so I would never do it now, because I literally cannot move them down. They move like a centimeter. So that put me in a situation where I have a closed trunk. Battery's disconnected. There's no keyhole. I can't open the trunk. One solution to open up a trunk when a car's like this is you need jumper cables or a jumper box. You plug up the battery from the front, so it's a front jumper spot. That gives you the ability to go ahead and open the trunk. Our issue was we don't have jumper cables or jumper box. Thankfully, we went to the truck and we found jumper cables, but now we got no battery. So what we really can do, it's going to be the last thing we're going to do, when we're done doing the spark plugs, we are going to put the car neutral, we're going to roll it out there in the gravel, we're going to pull up a car and we'll jump it, so it's not a big deal. Just, long story short, just put a rag right around the ring here. I'll show you in a bit, but put a rag around the ring so you don't close the trunk like I did, not thinking about it. I make mistakes all the time. This is a really crappy one, but it's all good. We got the lighting set up so you can see this much better. See the dust layer on this car. Honestly, this car legitimately needs a detail. It's kind of pathetic how bad it is. Which, it looks like we just lost a snapper. Do you pull it out?
I don't know. This one's not intact for sure. And then this was broken. Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Oh, I guess none of them's holding it in. I got the 10. Well, there goes the 10. That was the 10.
Well, you don't need
You
those.
got that on film, right?
Those types of tabs right here, all you do is spin it 90 degrees. You don't even need a bolt because it's plastic.
Okay.
If you spin it past it, I think they explode.
No, I didn't crank on them.
Bruh.
That's
That's gonna be difficult to get. Don't drop it even further.
When I drop it, let me get some part.
You start removing these already. They're 13 millimeter. Oh, you get it?
That's all I could get. That's all the button.
Rescued. All right, I'm gonna get this side off. Spin 90 degrees. Then you have this.
Where did you put those spears?
I tried it, yeah. Absolutely.
We got time. We've already started whenever we were going to wait for it to cool.
So, I'm learning.
Dude, that hit your fucking... That hit that panel that has like 18 fucking mils. Alright, it's time to eat. Come on, bro.
Time to eat.
It's in the microwave.
Alright guys, so update on the car. The biggest thing you want to do is make sure you remove these 2 pins because you can forget about it and tear it up. You got 3 more pins there. And this whole thing, so it's right there, should just fold right on off. I'm going to put this on the left side because this is where it goes. Here is the other side.
Where's that tent?
Right there. Now, Cameron's removing this strut right here, so we do have another one that's to the coolant reservoir. And then we have to pop those 2 tabs off, and we got to take off this main strut, this metal one too. So you got the metal one and the carbon fiber.
I don't have any Torx.
I don't think I have inverted Torx either. We need a real shop for this stuff. Alright, buddy. So I'll go ahead and start looking for these Torx.
What time
And
is
then
Harbor
Cameron
Freight?
will work on getting that 10 mils so he can get that off.
We're just going to use a pipe wrench on these inverted Torx bits because whenever you're in a bind like this and all the hardware stores are closed, you just use a pipe wrench. You got it.
That's it?
Yeah.
For real? First try?
Well, I was guessing pretty good.
For the strut bar, you'll need an E12, which is an inverted Torx.
Here, pull your hand.
There's a broken snapper there. Hey.
I found it.
Yeah, I need new snaps. Let's just throw it away. I got some at home. I just need to put them on. Alright,
But I found it.
Short for this. You gotta stretch. You gotta somehow pop this off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh! Well, there goes that. Can you find that? I feel like
It's probably melted by now.
Whatever. I'm about to pop this one off.
You gotta even them out. Dude, that thing popped out and hit you right in the head.
Where'd it go? There it is.
Where?
Alright, pop the engine cover off. There we go, okay, let's not lose those. Engine cover. No bolts. I want to get the carbon fiber one, where it's like super thin. This is actually kind of heavy, honestly.
I'm gonna give you a good flathead.
Flathead?
Yeah, for those pipes, right? So you need to take those out.
What? Oh. Yeah, but we still get that shut off.
Oh yeah. So you have to
there's
undo your strut?
3 more bolts there, 3 more bolts there, and 2 more back there.
No,
You have to remove the whole thing, so you gotta remove this whole pad. And then the spark plug is right there underneath that metal pole.
Those bolt into your bags?
Yeah.
But the bags aren't gonna move?
No, because you have these bolts
Okay.
that go all the way around too.
Sketch.
Okay. Alright, so we got a game plan. It's hot, so if you can't tell. Once you get those 2 bolts loose down here, there's another torque, so it looks like it's gonna be E10. I will give you an update. I'm also trying to figure out this weird snap here. It's a rubber. I have no idea how to get that off, so we're trying to figure that out. We also are about to remove the strut. All the bolts are out, so that would be out of the way. We getting it, boys?
I think
That is a different size. It's also a Torx, just like the other Torx that were
E16.
E16 for those. Why are you using so many different sizes for one strut bar? Please explain that. Watch the process. So next I got these 2 unattached. I got the charge pipe off. I believe we're gonna have to remove this plastic backing, which is gonna be also paint. So it's got like a, I don't know what size yet, but bolt 3 on that side. I don't know if there's anything else. And then we gotta take off, well actually that's just kind of chilling there. Looks like we got a bolt there. Maybe. You broke it!
Why does it do that?
It broke. Okay, so those are just pops. So literally what you're doing, you just pull those, it comes loose. Let's slide it out of the way, inspect what else we're gonna have to remove from this point forward. I'm probably gonna remove the MAF sensor at this point to make it a little bit, nah, they're good. So there's the plastic cover. Put that over here with the engine cover. Okay, as you see, we do have to remove this so that we can access that cooler pack, pull out, and get in the spark plug. So that's the next thing we'll go ahead and do. Oh, buddy.
Under what?
Under what? Okay. I should get my little conversion thing. Dude, you didn't destroy my camera. What are you doing? Oh, miserable. Nothing works. This one has 1 and 2. It doesn't have number 3. 1, 2, so there's 5 total. Oh, there's actually 1 right here, guys. That makes 6 total. I don't know if there's 1 on that side, I don't think so. Actually, that's loose. Yep, so now that will come completely out. There's another strut.
Look at that pretty pile of parts.
It's ridiculous. Alright, so now that we've accessed, come here guys. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 coil packs. Probably should replace the coil packs pretty soon, which I should have thought about because I probably would have ordered those before doing all this work because I didn't realize how much work it is. This is a lot of work, but it's doable. We really haven't been doing it that long. It's just you put some time in and it's really easy. Now, to get the coil pack out, all you do is grab the top. That pulls this pin out. You should be able to slide that right out. And then just give the coil pack a good old tug. And it comes on out. You can see down in there, it's really difficult, but this has an arrow and it fits in there perfectly. So there's one coil pack. That's number 2. I do want to pull them all out in order so we keep them in the same cylinder. So pull that out.
Is she still warm?
Oh, she's hot. I'm gonna pull this one out.
It would have helped to have a fan on it.
Just did something, man. This car is becoming Lulu. This is the future Lulu. It's gonna be a piece of junk.
Wide body piece will cover it. The Rocket Bunny kit will cover that. No problem. You're gonna need another splitter.
I don't want a Rocket Bunny yet, so I don't have to buy a new aftermarket one. So I'm gonna buy Rocket Bunny one. Oh, this one's kind of hard. The angle of it's weird. That last one. Okay, so I'm gonna grab these. I'm just gonna lay them right here, not fully out of the way, but I want to remember which cylinder is which. They're extremely hot.
They're very clean.
There's those. So there's all 6. Now with the BMW, the most important thing is you have a specialty socket. What's so special about this socket is this one holds the actual spark plug. You can get them without it, but the most important thing is that thin layer of trim. I have another version of it, which is the one I originally had. It's just super thin. The size of it is just a 14 millimeter, but you cannot put a normal 14 millimeter down there because it won't go all the way on the spark plug. It's too narrow. You gotta have a very thin sidewall. To explain that, so here's a normal 14. You see how thick it is? Like if you actually put it against each, look at that. That's actually a really good way to tell. See how much taller that pokes up, depending on your camera angle? It's just a much thicker metal, so it can't go down inside the cylinder, basically. Put that 14 back up.
There she is.
I see you. Right for the moment of truth. We're about to see how bad these things really are. So again, you have a special size. It goes down. Make sure you spin it lefty loosey. You guys see this one is white. It's not necessarily too bad. It is running hot, but of course the vehicle, the BMW, originally runs really hot, and plus I'm basically putting extra fuel in there and making it explode. Alright guys, what's recommended for these cars? There's a different other options you can do. I'm going NGK because I used to do NGK. These are laser iridium. I'll go ahead and put the part number down in the description and a link maybe. So you can see there's a part number to it, and again NGK spark plugs. We are going to gap these to 0.22. I think the factory is actually 0.23. I can look at that now. So here is, you buy these at O'Reilly's, it was literally $2 I think, even with tax. You can gap it. Now you see here it says 0.020 and 0.030. Hard for me to read it. Now this one I think is 0.23. So you put between that little gap there. You go up. Okay, that's actually more than 0.23. That looks like it's about 0.26. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna gap it to 0.2. I'm gonna confirm that because that's actually a big difference. I was told these were 0.3. Alright guys, I have 5 more spark plugs to undo. Cameron is going to try to recover these front canards. The car is not clean. I'm probably going to car wash tomorrow morning. The system is awfully dirty. But the biggest thing is, okay, I love AutoTecknic, but I'm getting concerned already about their product. Only reason I say is because these are 9-year-old. They are yellowing, and there's some fingerprint marks that are actually very noticeable. He's going to take some compound to it, buff it out. These are cheaper. I'm going to replace them pretty soon, but he's going to buff those too and cover it. The front lip I was going to have him do because it's a brand new front lip, but as I told you earlier, destruction. We destroyed the living crap out of it. Just look at the fingerprints. Very unique. But here, I'm going to mount you guys.
Gotta hit him up with the fucking shot of the roots.
That is so sick.
Just in case anybody asked.
Alright guys, I'm gapping spark plugs. To gap a spark plug, you have this tool. There's several different ways. What you do is, this is 0.020 between 0.100. This case, a lot of spark plugs are like 0.050. This is my 0.022. The stock I think is 0.23. These are reading as 0.26. So I don't know what the confusion is there, but that doesn't matter. How you tell is right here, you got 0.020. You would put it in there and you would spin it till it stops resistance. Look at that, that's right at 0.21 or 22. I want to show you a different one. So, and how to do it. So here's gonna be one, brand new, never opened. I'm gonna go ahead and put the tool, put the tool in it. So I'm gonna start at 0.20, I'm gonna go. That one looks like it's about 0.28. All you do to press it is you just put it against here. You do gotta push kind of hard. And then just keep checking as you go. So now I'm at 0.25. Now if you need to loosen it, see this ledge right here? You put it in like that, you grab it and you bend it back. Now be gentle with that, but if you push too far, you can definitely push it back out. But in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and use my shirt just for extra padding so I don't actually get my fingerprints all over the ceramic. Alright, same concept. Go ahead and check it. That's 0.24. Check it again. So I just went a hair too far. So just gonna bend it back. So that's 0.23. See how sensitive I was? I barely bent it back. Just barely. .22. So I'm gonna slide that back out. I have 2 down, I have 6 to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all 6, then we'll go ahead and start installing all the new spark plugs. Last one is gapped. I found it easier since I have this socket to just press it on there. Now all I'm gonna do is I've been coming over here, I'm grabbing the long extension, make sure you guys got a long extension. We're doing cylinder 6, it's my last one. So put it in there, and I like to wiggle it and make sure it's in the hole. Try center it, it just dropped down, and I don't want to strip it, so it's so paranoia because it barely fits. Just kind of do it by hand. You gotta kind of wiggle it, make sure it's in there. Obviously do it hand tight, it's not necessarily strip it, you can back out. So I think that's in there. So it'll spin just like maybe a quarter the way of a 360, so like 90 degrees. And now I can actually feel it and it's going in. So spin it. Alright, so it just stops. It literally goes from like loosening it to tightening it. And I just been giving it a little tug, and then that comes out. Since that comes out, I have these needle noses. Just go in there, and boom! Spark plugs are done. Now we just gotta reassemble the entire car. Alright, by reassembly, it's the same thing we just did, pulling them out. I kept these in line. Do the plugs first, obviously. Make sure you push them in there. Grab the plug. Boom. Tin nose not tight. I think that'd be the very last thing we gotta do is just tighten that up. And then all I like to do is make sure that everything else is kind of tight. You see the plastics are on now. These plastic tabs are super fragile. I would backstock them, but they're at home in Norman. So I am going to replace the 2 tabs. Other than that, the whole car is put back together. Again, I shut the trunk. So since I shut the trunk, I'm going to have to go ahead and roll this thing backwards to give it a jump. It hasn't taken that long. It's taken like 2 hours. It's really hot. It really hasn't been like that. It didn't take that much energy. It's really late. I'm gonna wipe this down so that our oils and I can't even talk. The carbon fiber won't eat into the polyurethane. But other than that, I think we're pretty much done. It was a pretty easy task. Again, just be careful, be patient, and it all goes out pretty quickly because this thing is not supposed to be too tight.
Damn, Bailey.
Damn, boy.
Detail goals. Look at that. Spotless.
I hear the Mini Cooper. I really miss this thing. I miss working on it. And we have big plans for it. It is overheating again, though. Literally an inch away. Like literally an inch away. Like you were literally an inch away.
I know this car.
Like literally an inch. There's an inch from this. It's crazy. That's sketchy. I might as well just turn it off, honestly. So that gives me power. Now I can open the trunk.
There we go.
And disconnect it.
I thought you needed to jump start it first.
Nope, I just had to get that trunk open. And now I can plug in my own. Hey, by the way, when you guys do this, so you don't do my mistake, put a rag there and just tie it off. Like so. And now when you try to close the trunk like an idiot, if you're not paying attention because you get sidetracked, it won't close. And then you're like, oh yeah, I can't close it. So, a little tip. But in our case, we're going to go ahead and throw this on.
I'm 90% certain this has been filmed before on this YouTube channel. This exact moment where we needed to reconnect the battery. But
where I close the trunk on it?
Yeah. I didn't record any of that driving.
We missed everything. We should have recorded the quick trip driving, especially those pops, dude. That would have been impressive.
That whole street, yeah, would have been.
We still stuck at filming, guys. Here's the Mini Cooper, by the way. I just put the battery back in it. A quick update: we're still needing to do the wood floors in it. Still got to do the rear diffuser with that other rear bumper and the front lip. I think this is a project that we're gonna take on in probably a couple months. I don't know. It's been sitting for a long time, and I think we both miss it. It's not even my car. I really miss it. And that cage looks so good. Yep. We just drove the M4, and it idles fine. I regret not having the camera. It pops a lot. It's really loud as usual. Still no flames. I'm really upset that I can't get flames out of this thing. I need to find someone that will actually tune it. We are going to go over here. We're going to turn the lights, and we're going to go ahead and wash the ambulance and make it ready for like a party tomorrow. And then I'm gonna go ahead and wash this because this has never been so dirty. I have one quest though. Can we try to steam clean or like clean the door jams? Should I pull in first and do that before we wash it?
No, we can do it after the wash.
Okay. This is our set to wash the Mini Cooper, the ambulance, and then my car.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.
Everybody give Top Coat Novelty a follow on Instagram. This is him. This is all personal. He does a lot of work for me, helps out. I always wonder what my car would look like.
Go high, go low, low, low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Ball like AD24. No sleep, need more, more, more. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
This ambulance is really cool. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, I almost lost you guys. Alright, so I do want to point out that it's 2:17 a.m. and we're still working on these cars and wash them.
does look a lot better, but it could. I mean, it's, yeah, a lot of it did come out.
What we're trying to do is, those things are really brown. Here, I'll show you this side. It's kind of nasty. I drive my windows down literally probably 98% of the time. I only roll them up when I'm on a phone call. And these things are like Alcantara, but it's not Alcantara. It's even grippier than Alcantara, so anything gets on it, it's really disgusting. I don't know why BMW uses that type of material. I probably never will know. You can barely tell that rear diffuser, that front lip damage is there. I'm sure once it dries up more in the water that's underneath the polyurethane is peeled up, it'll probably be a lot whiter. But it looks so good right now. Guys, my SD card is running out. I just want to say thank you for watching if you've stayed this long. It's just been a hangout day. This is the last day of the shop. I forgot to mention that. This is it for us. We went from a 2-bay, it's really a camera shop, but we went from a 2-bay to 1-bay. Now he's just doing mobile detailing. It's gonna be better for him. He's gonna make a lot more money that way. So the shop is gone. But we have plans, and it's with the garage and everything else. It's just gonna take time because it's a matter of time when we move back and everything else. But I am super excited. The car is clean. It was super filthy. I've noticed a few things that need taken care of. There's a scratch on the roof. I don't know how it got there. You can't really see it on camera. And then the AutoTecknic, which I'm kind of upset about, is starting to fade. We tried buffing that. It didn't come out. It's on both sides too. Kind of a disappointment to me because they're not that old. But the whole car looks really good. I need a new windshield pretty soon because it's chipped and crap. I mean, I can't get any of these little chips off. They're there. It's permanent. Can't do anything about it. But it looks really good. Inside looks really good. It's all cleaned up and nice. But again, my name is Bailey Durant, and if you've stayed this long, I really appreciate it. Please push that subscribe button. Please like it. Leave any comments down below what I can work on or I can do in the future for future videos. Today it's just been about the spark plugs, and we decided to detail and enjoy the shop until what? Like 3 a.m. right now? Yeah, it's 3 a.m. And I'll probably be here for another 30 minutes or so. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Loading up the toolbox.
Where should I put it? Watch my wheels.
You're good, bro. Watch your feet.
It's a nice spice. I like it.
It is. It's heavy duty. That's the job. Alright, well, goodbye.